In this tutorial, we're going to see how to run a regular competition using OWLCMS using all the usual technical referees. The first thing that needs to happen is preparing the competition. Typically, this will be done by downloading a registration spreadsheet and uploading the content. Once that is done, the registration section will show you all the registered athletes so that you can draw lot numbers and allocate them to groups if that needs changes from the registration spreadsheet. On the day of the competition, each group will need to be weighed in. This is done by going to the run lifting group and going to the weigh-in and start number section. This brings us to the weigh-in screen, and each athlete can now be weighed in, entering the body weight and registering the declarations. So once that is done, we are ready to go, and we can go back to our announcer screen. For the purpose of this tutorial, I've actually laid out all the technical official screens that you're likely to use. Obviously, in a real competition, these would be running on each official's device. So the first thing that needs to happen when we're ready to go is that the announcer will select a group, and typically we will have an introduction of athletes at a preset time, so we'll count down to introduction. And in our case, 15 minutes from now, there will be the introduction, and we can start a countdown. As you can see, as soon as I start a countdown, the screens shift to the countdown, and we can basically, the athletes know how much time is left. Obviously, we don't have 15 minutes, so I'm going to skip that and go directly to the introduction. The speaker can introduce the athletes, and once that's done, we can go to the snatch, the standard waiting time before snatch, which is 10 minutes. We get that going, and since we don't have 10 minutes, we end that break. Automatically, the system brings us to the situation where we're ready to go. We are now ready to go. The announcer can start time on the first athlete, or if we have a regular timekeeper, the timekeeper can start time. So our first athlete is ready to go. The athlete has been called. Time is now running. So as soon as the athlete lifts the bar, we stop time. And the referees watch the lift and give their decision. Let's assume for now that Lori wasn't quite ready and she gets a no lift. Let's go red, red. We see the down signal being given, and the third referee gave a white. After the requisite 3 seconds, the decision is shown. The announcer can announce that there's a no lift for Williams, and the lifting order has been recomputed. So let's assume for now that Lori wants to take a higher weight. The marshal, typically, if there is one present, would assign register or declaration. So I've brought up the marshal screen. We update, and we can see that the announcer, who's probably sitting in another room, gets a warning that the declaration has been changed and that there's a new person being called. And indeed, on our board, Julie Jackson has been called. She's the blinking yellow, and on deck will be Deborah Garcia. All the screens can be controlled, and you can select which of the looks you prefer by just clicking on the screen. You will notice that if our timekeeper starts time again, the attempt board and the scoreboard all show a running clock, and we can stop time again. Something strange happens. The announcer can call for a break. So we have a technical issue. The technical issue gets solved. We end that break. We give the athlete a full 1 minute again, and we're able to restart. So that's basically the process. Let's stop the clock. Let's give Julie Jackson a good lift. White, white, down signal, third white. After the 3 seconds for reversal, we get 3 whites. We can see that our scoreboard has been updated, and that's basically all there is to it. At the end of the snatch, the announcer can call for the before clean and jerk break, and once that's done, if we were to end the break, we would revert back to lifting. That's basically all there is to it. Thank you.